it's me, Paul. Hey, look, it's Paul, guys. Welcome to a special vlog today. Today is Mario Day. It's March 10th, MAR March 10th, IL Mario. We're all festive today. We got the Mario beanie. We got some Mario stuff behind me. A couple of Wii boxes, Wii U boxes. And I got a lot of junk here. So it's funny, that red, blue, yellow, and green box that you guys are seeing up there with a blank space on top, that's my adult. That's my toy box, not adult toy box. It's a toy box for adults. So basically, each and every one of those boxes is crammed full of stuff like this. So I've got Mario toys in there, Sonic toys, Zelda, TMNT, Power Rangers. I've got a lot of action figures, man. I've got like 500 plus at this point, and I like to keep everything organized and looking pretty cool. So it does the job, you know. But anyhow, I'm pretty pumped up to talk about Mario today. We're gonna talk about what Mario means to me, my history with it, and like what I expect in the future. We're just gonna talk Mario today, Super Mario Brothers, and yeah. Speaking of which, Nintendo today, they announced the Mario Brothers movie, the sequel. It's gonna be coming out April 2026, which is basically 3 years after the first movie came out. The Super Mario Brothers movie, not the original Mario Brothers movie. That was we don't talk about that. So I guess Nintendo was like waiting, because of course we had the writer's strike going on, and we had you know, like they wanted to see if it was gonna make money, if people were interested. Was it gonna be another flop like the original Mario Brothers was? So it's cool that they, Miyamoto and the president or CEO of Illumination, they both came on and said, hey, it's coming, guys. We just gotta animate it pretty much. And animation takes a minute, so, you know, it's pretty cool. Man, I am so excited for Mario Day. I was chilling in my bed right now for like a mean minute. I needed my phone to charge because I use it at work. And I was like, I want to vlog today, but I was tired. And I got my second win because I was looking at all my Mario stuff, man. I got Mario games, I got Mario action figures, I got Mario cereal. Mario, to me, it's got to be like my second favorite Nintendo franchise. My first is still Zelda, but it means a lot. I probably have more fun with Mario as a whole. It was basically the first Nintendo game I can remember playing myself and like really grasping, like, hey, this is my game. Man, I don't know where to start. Might as well start with the beginning. I was born September 20th, 1995. So, you know, I was around for the Super Nintendo days, but I was a baby. Like I wasn't even one yet. I think the N64 came to America June 23rd, 1996, right? That was like Sonic's birthday. What a big middle finger, right? I think it was his 5th birthday. And Mario 64 was the thing, this thing. Yeah, man. So by the time I was able to pick up a remote, we already had this in the house. Although I think my mom got my dad the 64 for Christmas after they had already had me. So I mean, you don't usually get systems day one unless you're a gamer or you're rich, you know. So maybe it was that Christmas, 96, maybe it was 97. I don't know, man. I remember. Let's start with the NES. I remember the NES being in the home. I still have it packed away somewhere, like under my bed. There's a lot of crap I wanted to bring out and like talk about. Believe it or not, I got 3 of these, and I got 2 more packed away under my bed somewhere. So we'll get to that, don't worry. Then old school Nintendo though, it was my mom's. She got it for her Christmas when she was a kid, and my grandma played it a lot. From what I remember, my mom talking about, my mom and grandma both played it, but my grandma would play it a little more. She'd come home from work and she would run and play Zelda. She'd play Burger Time. I remember her playing Burger Time a lot, and the old school TMNT game. That's one I remember picking up and playing before I even like went to kindergarten, and it scared me. Like I didn't get it. It was a tough game, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't have any NES Mario memories per se. I know one time when I was in 11th grade, she was cleaning out her closet where we used to live, and she showed me. She was like, you want this? It was the NES Mario Brothers and a Duck Hunt 2-pack 2-in-1 cartridge. I was like, no, grandma, you keep that, you know. So she kept it, and anyways, that right there, I thought it was worth money at the time. Boy, was I wrong. Supposedly those are worth like $5. They're super common. Anyways, she had that, so I know she played Mario on the NES. If I'm not mistaken, she told me she had Mario Brothers 3 too. Never seen it, have no memory of it. If I did see her play it or if I was there to play with her, I was super young. What I did play and where my memory really starts as being a Nintendo fan is the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo, oh man. The Super Nintendo, this is the mini SNES. I got the NES right here too. Anyways, the old school Super Nintendo that we used to have, we had Super Mario World, and we had Super Mario All-Stars. That game in particular was my main game. That was like my favorite, that was my main Mario game. That's how I played Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, and the Lost Levels, Japan's Mario Brothers 2. I remember really not liking the original Super Mario Brothers that much. I tried it, it was too hard for me. I enjoyed Super Mario Brothers 2. That game was a lot of fun. But again, it was kind of hard. I would have to use warps, and I played that a lot with my parents, my mom, not so much my dad, but a lot with my mom, my grandma, my Nino Albert, my aunt Chavella. A lot of us would play that, and I don't know, it was just fun, you know. And of course, they'd be at work or not home, and I'd be home from school. I'm gonna play that all day. Where I spent most of my time was Super Mario Brothers 3. Now, that game for sure, I came close to beating, but I would use all the items. I'd use a lot of the warps. I'd get, stuck. I'd die. Something I noticed too, I don't know if you guys had this problem, but almost all my Super Nintendo games, doesn't matter what they were, they would erase. And we were pretty rough with them. We'd blow into the cartridge. If you look down here, yeah, see that green? That's rust from spit. Blowing into your cartridge, whether you fill it or not, you're spitting into your cartridge. So this is like years of spit. So I'm sure that had something to do with it. But anyhow, it would erase, and I never got around to beating it myself. I remember for sure my mom beat it. That was super cool. But yeah, of course I had the Donkey Kong Country games. Yoshi's Island, man, that was my jam. That was probably my favorite Super Nintendo game. It's either that or one of the Donkey Kong trilogy games. Probably 3 if I'm being realistic. Although 2 has a special place in my heart, and 1, as an adult, I find myself going back there and beating it constantly. I could beat Donkey Kong Country 1 in an hour if I really push myself, and 100%ing it might take about 2 hours. I'm still not that good, but just getting from start to finish, easy an hour. Sorry guys, I got gas or something. The Nintendo 64. I have my 64 plugged in, but I kind of don't feel like unplugging it. Man, little side note. Back when my dad was still in the picture, I think I was 5 or 6. I remember him having this little brochure, this magazine. On the back of it, it was a Nintendo ad, and it said collect all the remotes. So you saw this one, you saw the yellow, you saw the blue, the green. I'll try to find a picture and put it right here, but it was so cool to me because as a kid I had 2 gray remotes, a green. No, I didn't have the green one yet. I had the atomic purple, I think. I don't remember, man, but I remember just wanting all these colors, and I thought they were so cool. But anyways, the Nintendo 64 was a gift to my dad. I have 2 dads. I have the one that birthed me, that raised me for the first few years, and then I have my father that raised me from age 9, 10, maybe 11. Whatever. The point is, he came into the picture when I was 9. All the way till now. I'm 28 and I'm still living at home. So I pay my dues, but let's be honest, point is, I have 2 fathers, the one that raised me and the one that was there for, the beginning. Anyways, when they were still together, my mom bought him this copy of Mario 64 with the 64 and the charcoal gray remote. I think it came with 2. I don't remember if she got him 2 or how she ended up getting him 2. But this was his game. I got a whole shoebox. This is where I keep all my 64 games. There's a bunch in here, I think Banjo-Kazooie. That's my favorite version of Tetris. The Donkey Kong game. Majora's Mask. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was a kid, and I didn't take care of my stuff. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Mario 64. This game gave me freaking nightmares. I remember my dad, he got pretty far in it, although the game I remember him playing the most was Ocarina of Time. We would turn on our games. I don't know why this was a thing, I'm telling you. We turn on our game sometimes and the data would just be gone. I knew because I was a dumb kid, I would just sit there and play games all day. No, you gotta turn it off. Turn it back on. It's still not there. Now keep trying. Eventually your file would come back. And this game was notorious for doing that too. Mario 64, he left when I was 5. And this game in particular, I remember his file being there for the longest time, and then it erased, and I was so pissed off because I was like, no, Dad's file's gone, you know, he's gonna be mad when he comes back, and it is so weird, man. I don't want to get into daddy issues here, but like, as a kid, I was more concerned with my dad's video game files, because video games meant hell of a lot to me. They still do. My room's full of them. I sleep in video games, but yeah, I just remember being concerned about my dad's file. But me actually playing the game itself, the furthest I can remember getting, like in kindergarten, was up to the first Bowser, because I didn't know how to like play the game really. I got a few stars. The one I would get the most was the chain chomp one. That one was super easy. That's probably my first star, honestly, getting that one. The one where you like you do the butt pound on that little wood and you free the chain chomp. That right there. But I've got a few more. I remember the Thwomp's Fortress one. I remember the Owl one was super hard. This game gave me so many nightmares. As a kid, I didn't have the boogeyman. I had the devil. My great grandma would tell me, like, keep that up and you're gonna go to hell. You know, like the devil's gonna come and eat your feet, or he's gonna take you down, he's gonna drag you, you're gonna be sorry, whatever. So when I go to sleep, I dream about Bowser chasing me. Mario the Avatar. But for some reason, as a kid, when your avatar's in danger, you feel like you're in danger. Anyways, he got Mario, and I remember though, like, being watched, like this weird lonely sensation, you know. You'd find the occasional Toad, they're like hiding in the wall, but for the most part, this game felt hella lonely. Like, I was like, fuck, like, I don't know, I didn't like it. I liked it, but I didn't like it. It definitely grew on me after Mario Sunshine was a thing. Like, once I was able to read and I was able to like comprehend what I was doing, Mario 64 definitely started climbing the ranks, and now it's probably my favorite Mario game of all time, if I'm being dead honest. I remember my dad, when he was still living with us, he came home one day and he brought this home, Mario Party. And it was just a surprise. He was like, look son, like, I got us Mario Golf. what am I talking about? Mario Golf. And I was so hyped up. We put it on and I did not like it. It was boring as hell. And to this day, I can't really get into Mario Golf. I gotta be in the mood, and when I am, I'll sit there for like 2 hours doing nothing. It's like a kickback game. I could probably play, honestly, I could play this faded and just like minding my own business, you know? Mario Party 2. My first Mario Party was Mario Party 2. Oh, real quick, a lot of these games have my last name on the back. I forgot how many games my mom, she wrote my last name and she wrote the number. Because back in the day, cousins would come, they'd bring games, they'd be like, no, wait, no, that's my copy. No, that's your copy. And you end up like getting the junk ass one that doesn't save no more, or they just take it home and like you'd go to their house and be like, that's my copy of Mario Party 2, right? No, my mom bought me that. So now I have proof, you know, I guess. Anyhow, there's probably a lot of people that did this or had moms that did this, and it's coming off. It's a quick wipe. But the reason why I'm keeping all these Mario games is because my sister, she's a collector. She collects N64 games the same way I collect games, but she wants them to be pretty, not ugly like this, because this is unfixable. Like, this is damaged. There's no way to fix that, to my knowledge. Oh, I just made it worse. Fuck. Anyways, I didn't know this was a sticker. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Anyhow, I just kept the ugly games, the ones that are fading and lost to time. I gave my sister Paper Mario, which is probably the most important Mario 64 game in my collection. That meant so much to me. And I gave her Mario Party 3 because those two were still pretty games, and they cost a pretty penny, especially Paper Mario. You want that game loose, pretty looking cartridge, you're gonna pay like 80 bucks. I remember going to the store. We had this local game store in our mall. It was called Game Quest, I think. Anyways, my grandma and my mom would take me, and like they tell me, hey, you know, go buy a game, you know, $50 game. I think we bought a lot of these games used because I don't remember a lot of the boxes. I do remember owning 64 boxes, but I don't remember having too many boxes per se. Like, I don't know. Like, I have memories ripping boxes and throwing them in the trash. This is not one of them. I think they had a bunch of games like up there, like the boxes, but then they pulled them out of the case. Like, do you want it used? 40 bucks. Do you want it new? 70 bucks or whatever. Anyhow, this looks so fun. I was like, Mom, look, there's a Mario Cowboy game. I want that. I think American Tail had just come out. I don't remember, but I just remember thinking this was gonna be a fun, like, adventure platforming action game. And when I got it, it was Mario Party, and I was kind of disappointed at first. Man, was I wrong. Over the years, top tier game. This is probably one of the games we played the most. I might as well bring out Donkey Kong 64 real quick. This game right here, these two games, childhood memories so much. We would play the two-player, the multiplayer battle. That was like a GoldenEye wannabe coconut. I don't know. That game was a lot of fun. I love that game so much. And this game, need I say more? It's Mario Party 2. A lot of people consider it the best one, and there's like 13 console Mario Parties, right? There's 10 Super Mario Party and Mario Party All-Stars. And then there's all the DS games. There's all the Game Boy Advance games. This one's the best, really. You know, like, that says a lot. And I'm glad I got it. I'm so glad I was born in a time where this meant a thing, you know? The next one I got would be Mario Party 3. I gave that, like I said, to my sister. I didn't like it. It was kind of lame. I didn't like Waluigi and Daisy when I first saw them. I'm not a fan of change. That's something I kind of realize now as an almost 30-year-old man. I dislike change. And the more I think about it, yeah, that explains why I didn't like Mario Party 3. It was like this storybook, I don't know, like this weird presentation. Now I find it really charming, and I wish I would have played it more. But I just really preferred Mario Party 2. Like, it was just more streamlined, and plus they dressed up. They had the Halloween level. They had the space level. God damn it! Why is the space board game more in Mario Party so fun? Like, why do we love it so much? I don't know. I'm glad I'm not alone, but it was so intoxicating. Mario Party 3 I didn't play too much. I didn't like how they replaced Toad with the dice. I'll still own to that. I didn't like that much. Anyhow, I probably put about 10 hours into Mario Party 3 my whole life. That's being generous. Mario Party 2, I'd say I put at least my whole life, probably 200 hours. Which probably isn't a lot too, considering a game of Mario Party could be about 2 hours, so that's 100 games, right? But I'd say that's a lot, actually. Maybe that's overestimating it. I probably put like 100 hours, let's say that, which is a lot for Mario Party. We'd only really crack it out when my cousins came over, or my sister and I would play with computers because we really loved it. It was fun. And I feel so bad, man. I think she wanted to play Mario Party 3 because of Daisy, and we play it sometimes, but for the most part, Mario Party 2 was where it was at. Mario Party 1. This game belonged to my Uncle Teddy. He had a bunch of N64 games, and god damn it, he was giving me some for free. He was like, yeah, Miho, like, he didn't call me Miho. He was like, yeah, Paulie, you can have it. Here, do you want more games? And I didn't want to be greedy. I didn't want my mom being mad at me, like, why'd you take his games? You know, what the hell? Like, don't you say no? You know what a jester is, even though I was like 11 or 10 or 9. But I'd always look at this when I go over to my dad's house, and him and my dad was 16 when I was born. Anyways, his brother was 13, I think, when I was born. So they were kids, you know, like, when I go over to their house, they had a lot of cool stuff, and this was some of the cool stuff. And I don't know how, but I just asked him if I could have it, and he gave it to me. Anyways, this game was a lot of fun. I remember it had a one-player mode, and that was, like, kind of the main thing I would play on this. I tried playing the party mode, but usually we wanted to pull out Mario Party 2. It was just a funner game. But this was still fun. My sister was a really big fan of Peach's birthday cake, so was I. I remember trying Luigi's mansion. I remember trying Luigi's engine room, and I just wasn't a big fan of the stages in this game, honestly. Like, the ones in Mario Party 2 were just more fun to me. I have the blister memories. What I used to do back in the day, you had to do this. Yeah, I'm afraid to do it because these are nice remotes. You had to spin the joystick around a lot. This thing's plastic. I remember I got a blister like doing this too much, and it still wasn't enough. Because you had to play games where you had to like spin the controller stick a lot, over and over and over. That way, like, you could ride a bicycle, or you could row your boat and like sabotage the other team. Anyhow, I remember the way I do it fast as a 8-year-old, 10-year-old. I would put this on the floor, hold it, and I would circle it so the carpet would roll it. Like, it would. I broke the fuck out of my remotes. They still worked, but doing this, the joy would flop around like a fucking soft noodle. It's fun. It's a novelty, and I really like the music in this game. But Mario Party 2 is where it's at, honestly. Here's a Mario game that, my god, I used to have so many nightmares as a kid. I was a little punk. I was about 6 years old, maybe 5. My dad was constantly renting this game from a Blockbuster. And I remember thinking this was just a Mario game because I had no idea who Samus was. I thought she was just a robot. I knew Pikachu. I thought he was guest starring. Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi are all Mario characters. Who else did you have? Fox, and he had Kirby. I had no idea who those guys were. And am I forgetting anybody from the original? Nah, Pikachu. Okay, so I thought this was a Mario game with guest characters in it, and like Mario Kart 8 today. So I remember thinking like there was more to it though. My dad rented this and he played it with I think his brother, my Uncle Teddy. And I remember they picked Purple Mario. There was a Purple Mario, whatever. And I remember that Mario having like a poison mushroom face, but I guess it's because when you press B, the fireball comes out. You got those little Chinese eyes, like you know what I mean? Anyways, we rent this game a lot, and I would always bug my dad for it. Oh, like I want to play the Mario game. Which one? The fighting Mario game. This was it, because it's got Mario on the cover. We rented it one day, and it fell behind my TV. And I remember I knew it was behind my TV, but I didn't tell my parents. Like, I was only like 5 or 6. And I guess they were looking for it one day to return it, because my dad would like do a lot of errands. He's probably like, oh, I'll stop at Blockbuster. Could not find the game. Maybe they asked me, I don't know. But the point is, I remember it was behind my TV and I never told my parents. What's funny is later that year, I guess they paid the late fee, whatever. It was my sister's birthday, I think. She got, or was it my birthday? I don't remember, man. I can't remember now. I'm too old. But I remember we got this Smash Brothers for my birthday, box and all. And I told my family, fuck man, we had the box, the manual, that was worth a pretty penny. I remember the manual too. Anyhow, I told my parents, I told my grandma and my mom, wait, we have this. What are you talking about? Yeah, it's behind my TV. Like, it's back there. Like, we just gotta go get it. They were pissed. But they were like, oh, fuck it. I guess we got 2 copies of Mario because you already opened your Smash Brothers, you clown. Anyways, I remember I had the manual, and I think I showed you guys in my last video, my paper cutouts. Something I used to do too was I would get manuals, magazines, whatever, and I would cut out the cover art. So something like this would be very dangerous to have in a 5-year-old, 10-year-old Paul's hand. Maybe not 10, 6 and 7. I remember for sure though. Like something like this. Scared the crap out of me. Something like this, I would cut that out and play with that. Like it'd be like, oh, there's Peach. Maybe I could see for sure cutting this out and playing with that. That would be like a toy for me. Because it was just so cool, the artwork, you know? I did that with the manual, so I'm sorry, Nintendo collectors, I'm sorry. I did that. I cut out all the, because they had all the characters like illustrated in this cool little cartoony artwork. I remember I hated Link because he was like in this up B spin slash. Man, I could go on for hours and hours, but we got to move on. We've been on Smash for a minute and Mario Party for a minute. Another Mario game on the 64, Dr. Mario 64. Not much to say about this one. This is my grandma's game. Of course, I inherited it. She's still alive, don't worry. But she doesn't play the 64 no more. And I got into this in my late, my early tweens, I guess. And it was a fun game. And now I find myself playing it. It's on the NSO, right? But every now and again, I'll get the itch to go back. But I prefer Tetris, 100%. I'm not a big fan of Puyo. This is a close second. Third would probably be like the Bejeweled. Not Bejeweled, what do you call it? Pokemon blocks. I guess the Yoshi's Cookie where you like flip them around. Maybe it's Bejeweled, I don't know. And the last would be Puyo Puyo. I'm not a big fan of Puyo. But this game, a lot of fun. I remember she called me because she was always playing the story mode. And it'd get harder and harder. The jar would fill up with pills and you gotta like, knock them out. And she called me, she'd be like, look Polly, look. And I came, she got the end credits and that's a little cute memory. I remember that. I must have been like 7th grade, I think. Or 6th. She finally beat it. Yeah, the Paper Mario. I don't have it, but man, what an incredible game. I think that was the first real game I like literally beat. It was either that or Ocarina of Time, but I'm pretty sure it was Paper Mario. That game, easily top 5 games of all time. It's up there with Ocarina of Time. It's up there with Dark Cloud 2. And man, I could go on for hours. I might just straight up do a video about that. I kind of thought about going into like more depth, I guess, really in depth with my certain games this month, just to honor Mario. There was a commercial. I don't know if they showed it back to back or what. It was the Mario Party 4 commercial, where like you're running around collecting butterflies or whatever. And I guess right before they showed that, though, they showed the Paper Mario commercial. That was where Mario was this big old cardboard, and he was like trying to save the princess from this cardboard Bowser. I told my mom and I told my grandma, I want that, please. I really, really want that. It was the year 2001, I think. And I think I even told my dad. But what was funny was when I got the game, I was like, wait, where's the butterflies? Because I remember, yeah, I like the paper whole aspect, but I could have sworn it was like this hybrid of Paper Mario, you know, like this. I thought it was going to be this 2D action platformer in a 3D world, like, you know, like the commercial showed. But I thought there was some way to play these mini games. I thought that was multiplayer, and I really thought, I think I have a memory of my cousins coming over. I turned it on. I was like, look guys, I got Paper Mario. Where's the multiplayer? I thought maybe I had to unlock it or something, but I don't remember too much my early memories playing Paper Mario. Oh god, I wish I did. But I remember like certain things. Like I remember the ice level. It was a night before 3rd grade, and my grandma had slept in our room. She was on the bottom bunk bed. If my sister was on the same one with her, I had to crawl on the top. And it must have been like, that was the first time I stayed up super, super late, unless we're talking Christmas. It was a school night. It must have been like 1 in the morning, maybe midnight. But for a kid, that's super late. That's like me staying up 48 hours, which I've done before. And I beat the Ice King, and I remember that chapter just hitting the right spot, because I did that whole puzzle with the white elephants or whatever, those rhino dinosaurs. I remember, man, what a memory. I could go on and on. I want to do a dedicated video just for Paper Mario alone, because I feel like that game truly deserves like the respect. I know I've been talking about the 64 for like, what, 20 minutes now, but 64 Mario era was my favorite Mario era. That era meant so much to me. And I remember even the renders. I would go to the store and find like a High C or like Lunchables, and just seeing Mario on the box, those 3D renders of him, those early 2000s, late 90s renders, man, there's so much nostalgia in there. Like, I love all the new stuff. Mario Odyssey, I'm loving all the Switch games. I loved my Wii games. I loved the Galaxy games. I loved Mario Bros. Wii, one of my favorite games of all time too. Definitely in the top 10. Mario Sunshine I love, but that's kind of like the end of the super nostalgic baby childhood, if I'm being honest. Cuber, all those old school games, I would play with it. Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past, DK Country 1, 2, and 3, Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, freaking South Park Rally. I didn't have Mario Kart 64. You might notice that's missing from this pile. These were my Mario Karts. I want to do a Helix Pulse on these so bad, especially this. This, man, I love this game so much. This game was a lot of fun too. I didn't have Mario Kart 64. I had Mario Kart Double Dash, and man, I spent a lot of hours playing that game. Obviously, later on, I'd end up getting Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion. I would get Mario Galaxy way after the fact, actually. I got it in 2010, I think, or 11. But my sister had her. Wait, when did she get the copy? I forget. Maybe it was 2009. But I missed that whole like Galaxy trip. By then, I had Mario Bros. Wii. Phenomenal game. Look at this behind me. This big old like Mario. Like, that's my brother's red Wii box, by the way. He got the red Wii for Christmas. I inherited the box just because it's a pretty box. That game, man, though, favorite game on the Wii probably. Yeah, I loved Mario Odyssey. I only put like 10 hours into it, if I'm being honest. Or 15 hours, I think. I picked it up recently, like last year before Christmas. Yeah, man, 3D World, good game. 3D Land, I finished it. The first quest. The Mario RPGs were really got me too. Paper Mario, like I said, phenomenal game. Thousand Year Door, I never finished it. I like the first one more, and I want to go back and finish it. Mario Sunshine, I beat it twice. I 100%ed it once. Technically, no. I just need one more. I just need to turn in all my blue coins and beat Bowser again. I kind of refuse. It's like, what's the point of doing that at that point? I've talked about Mario for almost an hour here, and I could still go another hour, like talking about stories and what the Wii meant to me. what the Switch means to me, what I hope, you know, for the future for the Switch too. Those could all be separate videos. But today I just wanted to take a moment and thank Mario. I'm all Mario'd out, man. I got my my Mario pajamas on. I got my Mario socks on. I got my Mario beanie. I got a red shirt because I have a Luigi shirt and a Luigi beanie, but it's Mario Day, guys. Yeah, I could go on for hours just praising the plumber. I could probably make a dumb video where I open up this old ass cereal from what 3 years ago and just puke. Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, what more can I say? It's a me, Mario. Like Mario. What more can I say? Happy Mario Day.